Welcome to the Breakup Recovery Podcasts by your host, Barbara Stevens. Discover the wisdom and remarkable insights of Barbara Stevens, breakup recovery mentor, author, and public speaker. Barbara offers programs and solutions for any breakup so you can turn your life around, create lasting changes for the better, and embrace life again.
Hello and welcome to my podcast, Breakup Recovery. This is episode number 008, Get Social. I'm Barbara Stevens, and in this episode I'll be talking about getting social. I will share tips and ideas for you about building rapport when meeting people. Whether you feel anxious when you go out or unsure how to reach out to others, I aim to give you ideas that will help you to feel more comfortable in social settings. You might feel that you have excellent skills in this area, or that you feel comfortable meeting people for the first time. But after listening to this episode, you might pick up a new skill that could be of use to you. Taking the first steps to getting back out there after a painful breakup can be daunting. There is often an emotional void left after your ex-partner has gone from your life. Breakups leave you feeling sad, miserable, and unhappy with your life. Your self-confidence has been shattered, and you wonder if you could hold a conversation, let alone meet new people. You get advice from well-meaning friends that the best thing you can do is get back out there. But just the thought of an impending event can fill your stomach with butterflies, and you have difficulty psyching yourself up to attend social activities. Sometimes you feel awkward in social situations now that you are single, as you are used to having a partner, and this prevents you from enjoying yourself. There have been studies that show loneliness increases stress hormones, immune and cardiovascular functions, and premature aging. Friendships are important, if not crucial, to our well-being. We are naturally social creatures who benefit from close relationships. But if you are shy and meeting new people can be scary, you would rather sit in a dentist chair than suffer feeling awkward at a social occasion. If you struggle to enter into conversations because you are shy, and this in turn prevents you from trying all the activities you now want to explore, then there is a problem I would like you to address. I am hopeful you will find some ideas to help you overcome this hurdle after listening to this episode. The time after a breakup can be used to focus on what you want in your life. You have the opportunity to explore all the things you may have put on hold because you didn't think you had the time for them. You have the freedom now to indulge in activities that maybe your ex-partner did not enjoy doing. These activities could allow you to get out there and meet new people and ultimately feel better about yourself. Everybody deserves to be part of a community. We as humans rely on each other for many things, including companionship. You might want to make new friends, but this thought can be very confronting. Some of you cringe at the thought of putting yourself in that situation when you have to meet people for the first time. Making a new friend can be intimidating and daunting, but it's definitely rewarding. The things we tell ourselves, our internal chatter, can make a huge difference and can undermine our confidence when we are in a social situation. These thoughts can prevent us from going to an event in the first place. Some of the negative thoughts that go through your mind when you are meeting new people for the first time are that you are going to be judged harshly, or that you are boring and no one would like you. You feel if you are perceived to make a mistake, you would be criticised and therefore rejected. And as I have said in previous episodes, you often believe that what others think about you defines who you are. We are our own worst critics and judge ourselves way too harshly. Most of the fears are in our head and can easily block us from meeting and making new friends. Other people are much more tolerant than you give them credit for and are not thinking about you in the degree that you think they are. If you mess up, it is more likely you'll make it into a bigger deal than anyone else. They will either ignore it, not realise the mistake, or empathise that they too have made the same mistake. As I have shared with you in previous episodes, I'm basically a shy person, especially when I'm meeting someone for the first time. Once I feel comfortable and build rapport, I think I almost change personality. I become more relaxed and feel able to make conversation that shows more of my personality. I shudder when I have to walk into a room full of people I do not know, or into a party where I know only a handful of people. I'd rather stay in my comfort zone rather than having to start a conversation with strangers. So I'm going to give you a few tips that I use when I am meeting people for the first time. One of the first things I try and remember is that it's all about them. If you can remember this tip, I'm sure it's going to help you to feel a lot more comfortable when you are put in the situation of being the newbie. What you want to do is build a level of trust and gain an understanding of the other person and their message so that they unconsciously feel comfortable and relaxed in your company, allowing the conversation to flow easily. So this can be done in a variety of ways, both non-verbal and verbally. You want to look non-threatening. No one wants to be around someone who they feel intimidates them straight up. Most people feel comfortable around others when they give off an atmosphere that they both like and value them. And one of the best ways to do this is to smile. The simple act of a smile can put anyone and everyone at ease. You see it all the time, and I am sure you are remembering a time when someone smiled at you and you immediately thought, I like this person, or they made you feel more relaxed. If you use a slight head tilt, it can show the other person that you are comfortable with them and trust them, and also listen to the conversation, again, making them feel valued and appreciated. Maintaining eye contact most of the time during the conversation shows them that you are interested in what they are saying. No one likes it when you are talking to someone and they are constantly looking at other places, either behind you or to the side of you. It's giving a message that they are not that interested in what you have to say and are looking for something better or more interesting to move on to. So maintaining eye contact is very important and reassures the other person that you are fully immersed in what they have to say, again, making them feel valued and appreciated. None of these techniques work if you do not have a genuine interest. If someone can see that you do not have this genuine interest, they will lose trust in you very quickly and possibly start looking around for someone else to talk to. Of course, you'll be able to tell this by their behaviour, such as their eye contact, or they fold their arms and possibly fidget a bit. Now let's move on to some of the verbal tips you can use. When you are nervous, it can be easy to get excited and speak too fast when you are having a conversation with someone for the first time. Slowing down your speech and taking pauses gives you more credibility. You see public speakers do this all the time. Another tip is to keep your ego in check. What I mean by this technique is that putting the other person's wants and needs ahead of your own. This will often help build a healthier connection between the two of you. Often when we are engaging with another person in a conversation, we wait for their story to be told and counter their story with a better or what we think is a more interesting one relating to that topic. Almost a one-upmanship scenario. When you listen and focus on someone else's story, without trying to think about what story you can tell to match theirs, or to tell what you think is a better story, you are more likely to remember the details of their story and continue with the conversation, even asking questions, again, making them feel appreciated and valued. Some tips for ending the conversation. Remember, all conversations have to end sometime. Sometimes you just run out of things to say, or their phone rings, and they have to take it. Someone else seeks their company, or they are hungry and the food has just been served. There can be lots of reasons a conversation between two people ends. It's important for you not to feel rejected if you feel they have ended the conversation before you wanted. There are always nice ways to end your conversation, and if you find yourself in this situation and want to finish up, say if you are at the function, you might say you need to catch up with someone else, or you need to fill your glass. You might say you need to get back to work, or you'll catch up with them at another time. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Another idea is to watch other people that you consider have good social skills. Is there a friend that always seems confident in social situations? A work colleague that is at ease and talks to everybody with confidence? Watch how they act around other people. What skills can you follow? Deconstruct what they do and see if you can find ideas you are willing to try for yourself. If you are confident enough to ask them what their secret is, how do they make it look so easy? What are they thinking? Their mindset could be as simple as that they are going to walk through that door expecting to have a great time. Some resources that you may be interested in following up and I found helpful was a book called Body Language by Alan Pease. And another book I read was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Both books are excellent resources. Improving your social skills takes practice. Take small baby steps at first and start with the ones you feel comfortable with, and then build into bigger ones as your confidence grows. It can be stressful at the beginning, but the more you engage with people, the easier it becomes. The more confidence you have and the less self-conscious you feel in social situations. Not everyone is going to be your best friend. In life, we have a number of different types of people in our lives. There are the friends that are more like acquaintances. These are the ones that you see at the places you frequent, say for instance work, the school drop-offs, the gym, etc. When you stop going to these places, you possibly won't see these people again. Then there are the regular friends, the ones that you see more often and engage in conversations, more than just saying just hi. Then there are the regular friends, the ones that you see more often and engage in conversations, more than just saying just hi and what the weather is doing. These friends are the ones that you go out to coffee with and feel comfortable conversing with them. The last lot of friends I want to talk about are your true friends, your soulmates, the ones that you connect with on a different level. They are the ones that you can talk to on any subject. You might not see them every day because the strength of your friendship is not determined on how often you see them. It's about the support and trust you have with them. Generally, you can count this number of friends on one hand. An important fact to remember is that rejection and setbacks are part of life. Not everyone wants to start a friendship with you or are responsive to starting or continuing conversations. They might have their own agenda, their own problems they are dealing with, or there is just no connection between the two of you. They might be having a bad day and really don't want to talk to anyone. So the rejection could be based on them rather than you. So to recap this episode Get Social, I talked about how breaking up can isolate us from our former support group and make forging new friendships more important than ever. I shared a few tips on how to build rapport when you meet someone for the first time. I hope some of the techniques are helpful, especially if you struggle to enter into conversations because you are shy or you feel awkward and self-conscious at social events. I want you to feel more confident to make better connections, enabling you to maintain easier communication and feel more at ease when doing so. Remember, it's all about them, and this tip is an easy way to help make the other person feel more comfortable and engage with you in a meaningful way. I went through the importance of non-verbal actions such as smiling, a slight head tilt, and keeping eye contact during the conversation. Some verbal tips could be not to speak too quickly, taking pauses like you often see when you are listening to someone speak in a public speaking capacity. Another important technique is to keep your ego in check and listen to the other person's story without mentally trying to remember a story you can tell that either matches their story or to tell one that you think is better than theirs and trying to be more superior in some way. Appreciate that friendships are built over time. We are all different and good friends aren't made overnight. I don't want you to feel that you have to compromise yourself in order to make friends. Each one of us has standards of morality and behaviour. Don't allow yourself to compromise yourself for the sake of fitting in with a group. Friendships need love, time, attention, and trust if they are to survive. I would like to give you an affirmation that I think matches the subject we have just covered in this episode, Get Social, which is, I am now ready to open the doors of opportunity. As with all the affirmations I give you, please feel free to change the wording to make it true for you. And the last thing I'd like to say is, be gentle on yourself. You deserve happiness.
If you would like to hear previous Breakup Recovery podcasts, visit barbarastevens.com.au. Connect with Barbara Stevens on social media with Barbara Stevens Breakup Recovery Mentor on Facebook and at You'll Be Okay on Twitter. Read further blogs, view webinar replays, and download your free ebook, 3 Easy Steps to Surviving Your Breakup, and much more at barbarastevens.com.au.